Have you found your passion yet? Come on, stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And this is our final segment on finding your passion, based upon 20 questions to help you find your passion by Dean Graziosi, very famous pundit, works with Anthony Robbins from time to time. And I've taken some of his questions and working with you together on it. This is our final segment, and I'm kind of answering the questions with you. So let's get right to it for our final segment on finding your passion. Question number 16. What do you hate? To find your true passion, it's helpful to verify what it definitely is not. So what do you absolutely not like? What do you really hate with a fiery passion of 1,000 suns? This one may seem just like fun, a throwaway question, but it's actually surprisingly helpful. Make sure to also include the things you're good at that you don't really like doing. Your answers there may surprise you. Now, from my perspective, this question, I thought about this question, and I decided to make a whole video on it. So next time we get together, I'm going to be talking about the things that I don't like, and kind of I'd like to think a creative way. So give me a mulligan on things that I hate. All right. Number 17. What motivates you to move? When you're feeling lazy and you don't really want to do anything, what gets you up and going? What is something that always motivates you to take massive action? What is something that's so interesting or challenging that you look forward to doing it every single day? What can get you up with a smile on your face the first time the alarm goes off? That's a big tip to what you're passionate about. Boy, that's what this video is all about, Dean, Mr. Graziosi. What is it that makes you passionate? And sometimes it'll be carryover. I'm talking about for me. Sometimes it'll be carryover from the previous day. Like if I've been working on a particular video, or I have an idea, I have a concept, and then what I have to do is I have to fine tune it and figure out, what verbiage I'm going to use to go with it. That'll get me excited. That's present day. Obviously, it wasn't always that way. Years ago, it was like we have the first basketball practice or the first basketball game, or going out that night with a wonderful woman. I mean, those are different things, but those are, specific general things. But what can you do on a regular basis to get yourself feeling that way? Once again, my key on that is, because you don't feel like that every morning. It's great, to say, what gets you out of, want to get shut off the alarm clock and get right up and start running. It's not like that. At least for me, it's not every single day. Until I have my quiet thinking time. And I discipline myself to have that quiet thinking time and have my 20 things that I'm grateful for, to visualize my burning desire. That, once again, what that does is it reinforces that. It makes you more passionate, and then seeing yourself, feeling yourself, smelling, tasting, touching yourself, accomplishing that particular objective. That's what it is for me that gets me started. But I must confess that every day I don't feel like that, but I have the discipline to have my quiet thinking time, which always puts me in a positive frame of mind. Make sense? Number 18. What's your why? Before you can find your passion, you must determine your why, also known as your deep level motivation for what you do. Once you know your why, the path, Once you know your why, the path to finding your true passion becomes much simpler and clearer. Consider your why the starting point. What passion will result from the pursuit of its natural progression? Hello, McFly. Easy question for me. Let's see. Project Eli. Educate, lead, and inspire. That's my why. All right? Because, as a parent, as a human being, I'm looking for my son to be the greatest person on the planet since Adam. And that's my objective, and I want him to be happy, but more important, I want him to be fulfilled with what he's doing with his life. Does that make sense? Towards that end, I'm also completing a vow that I made to my mentors that spent time with me, that made me promise that I would pass along the information that they were giving to me, the teachings that they were giving to me, to others, because they're not taught in school, and the only way to continually have a 5% crowd is to continually mentor people to be in the 5% crowd. Does that make sense? So I'm fulfilling a vow. That's my why, my number one son, and to my mentors, the people that helped me to become the person that I wanted to become. Number 19, what do you hope for? Okay, question number 19, in finding your passion, what do you hope for? What is your dream for the future? What do you see yourself doing if all goes well and according to plan? If you haven't yet, envision your future, imagine that you figure things out and everything is going swimmingly. What outcomes do you see in this future world? What type of career path are you on? What kinds of hobbies do you have? What accomplishments matter to you? Check in with your present day self and see what you can do to start making this future come true. Well, went over this a little bit in my why. First of all, I want to make Eli a man, a mensch, as they say. All right? Also want him to be fulfilled. But above and beyond that, I'd love to see our education system start embracing these concepts, these universal laws, these habits and tendencies that make a person successful, instead of just giving out as much information as they possibly can. That's an impossible task because there is so much information. It doubles every 2.5 to 3 years. It's an impossible task. You can't possibly learn it all. But you can learn the techniques to take that information and make it happen for something positive. How to be creative. Would that be an important thing to teach people in school? How to be creative. We've talked about that on this channel. It's not something that anybody can't do, but why aren't they teaching it in school? Do they teach about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind? These are all like little subjects that people that are in that 5% group not only embrace, but they count on them. They count on them. So my thing would be, if I could have a perfect world or a more perfect world, would be for our education system to mutate into a success system, okay, an educational / success system, so that people can achieve what they desire and they deserve and not end up on the treadmill, because all it does is it reinforces a mindset of, okay, this is as far as I've come and I can't go any further, and that's a bunch of garbage. You can go further, you can get off that treadmill, but you have to have the right mindset, you have to have the right techniques, you have to have the right habits. These are things they don't teach you in school. So do I want to change our education system? I do. What have I done towards that end? You're looking at it, all right? That's what this video's out. That's what these videos are all about. And the final question to help you find your passion: what's your purpose in life? Can passion and purpose be used interchangeably? We see them as two different things, but we believe that once you find one, you'll quickly find the other. You see, if you discover your purpose, your true passion will naturally support that purpose. If you find your purpose, it will likely lead you to what you're passionate about. So this is definitely a topic worth exploring. I know I've given you this saying a zillion times on this channel, which is the two most important days in any person's life are the day that they are born and the day that they figure out why. Finding your purpose in life. Now, here's the key thing about it. Your purpose in life can change. You know, I mean, when I was in high school, my purpose in life was basketball, all right, for one thing, or girls for another. Okay, Eli, I know you're going through that kind of a scenario right now. But, you know, now that I'm a senior, guess what? My purpose in life has changed. I like to think that I'm much more noble now. Now I'm not just doing it for me, now I'm doing it for other people. My first thoughts are for Eli, my first thoughts are for the education system. You know, back then, you know, you were a little bit selfish. You're finding your way in the world. Your purpose in life can change. You know, and when you have that purpose in life, it gives you passion. It gives you passion. So you know, passion is something that you attach to your purpose, that becomes attached to your purpose. So give yourself some time. We've given you 20 questions, or I should say, Dean Graciosi, big shout out to him. Read you all of his questions. I thought they were great questions. That's why I did it that way. Giving you 20 questions, look at them, answer them, and see if that doesn't help move your passion needle in one direction or another so that you can find your purpose. Does that make sense? Okay, next time we get together, once again, I told you we're going to talk about things that I don't like, things that I hate, because if you want to find your passion, you're going to find your anti-passion. That's one of Dean's theories, and I would agree to some degree. Okay, so anyway, bottom line is, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.